Hello guys, this movie is the highest rated film in the Wrong Turn series. In this movie, we will get to learn more about the mutants in detail. So watch the video till the end. At the beginning of the movie, we see Kimberly, a model, who is heading to the West Virginia forest for a movie shoot. Her manager is guiding her to the location, and we see that the road has two turns. Her manager instructs her to take the turn towards the paper factory. However, while driving down that road, she loses connection with her manager. She looks at her phone and realizes there is no signal. While looking at her phone, she accidentally hits a man with her car. Panicked, she stops the car and gets out to check on him, praying that he isn't dead. But as she tries to help, the man suddenly grabs her and bites off a chunk of her lip, chewing it raw. Kimberly tries to escape, but another mutant appears. It's Three Finger. He grabs Kimberly and uses a hatchet to slice her body in half. The two mutants then take each half of her body and walk away. This scene is one of the most iconic moments in the Wrong Turn franchise. This franchise became famous in the horror world because of this scene. Next, we see retired Colonel Del Murphy hosting a reality show in the West Virginia forest. The show was called The Apocalypse. There were a total of 6 contestants. A model, Alina, a skateboarder, John Z, a soldier, Amber, a former football player, Jake, a regular woman, Nina. The 6th contestant was supposed to be Kimberly, but she never made it. The show was directed by Michael and his assistant, Neil. Everyone was ready for filming, but since Kimberly hadn't arrived, Michael decided to continue without her. Michael then asked the show's producer, Mara, to take Kimberly's place as the 6th contestant. Since Mara was Michael's girlfriend, she agreed. The director set up cameras all over the forest to keep an eye on the contestants. They started the show, and Del gave the contestants instructions. They had to find food in the jungle. The contestants were divided into 3 teams. The first team, Jake and Alina. The second team, Amber and Johnsy. The third team, Nina and Mara. All the rules were explained, and the game began. Inside the RV, we see Neo urinating when Three Finger suddenly appears from behind and slashes his throat. Meanwhile, Del was setting up the game in the jungle. As he was heading toward his ATV, he noticed that someone had punctured its tire with an arrow. Soon, someone started attacking him with arrows. To save himself, Del hid behind a tree. At that moment, Three Finger threw a wood saw at him. Del quickly threw a knife back at Three Finger, but it had no effect. Just then, another mutant attacked Del from behind, knocking him unconscious. Meanwhile, Mikkel was filming the first team, but he wanted to show more than just survival. Jake was unwilling to do it because their family members would also be watching the show. On the other hand, Nina and Mara received a task that required them to go toward the river. When they completed their task and were returning, Mara saw Mikkel and Alina together. This made Mara very upset because she was doing all of this for Mikkel. While walking, Nina and Mara arrived in front of an abandoned house. Mara wanted to leave, so she started searching inside the house for a phone. Inside the house, they found many strange things, including pictures of a deformed family. While they were looking at the pictures, they suddenly heard someone screaming. They were hiding and watching when they saw 2 people, a mother and a sister. The mother was in labor, and she gave birth to a baby that looked terrifying. Nina and Mara were watching the baby when the sister noticed them. To save themselves, they quickly shut the door, but the sister broke it down. There was no way out for them, so they escaped through the toilet passage. As they were running away, Sawtooth threw a wood saw at Mara, which hit her in the head, killing her instantly. Sawtooth then started chasing Nina, but she barely managed to escape with her life. The sister arrives with a truck and ties up Mara. She then bites off her fingers and spits them out. Meanwhile, Nina finds an opportunity and escapes from there. On the other side, Mikkel heads toward the RV. There, the brother sees Alina and starts to masturbate while watching her. Just then, the sister arrives and, out of jealousy, starts attacking the brother. Alina tries to escape, but the sister brutally stabs her multiple times with a knife, cutting so deep that her spinal bones become visible. Elsewhere, we see Dell hanging upside down while Three Finger prepares for dinner. Sawtooth arrives and leaves Mara's body there before walking away. Three Finger was advancing to kill Dale when Dale somehow managed to free himself from the situation. We then witness a fight between Three Finger and Dale, after which Dale shoots Three Finger. Meanwhile, Michael checks the cameras inside the RV. Just then, Ma and Pao drive the RV away. Michael thought Neil was driving it. Suddenly, Pao grabs Michael and brutally attacks him. Meanwhile, Jake, Amber, and Johnsy are relaxing and enjoying a barbecue. Out of nowhere, Nina arrives and tells them everything, urging them to leave immediately. Johnsy thinks it's part of the show. Amber's attention is drawn to the meat, where she notices Kimberly's tattoo on it. They all realize they've been eating Kimberly meat. Without wasting a second, they run toward the RV, but it's no longer there. To save their lives, they head toward the paper mill. Meanwhile, Dale reaches a house. There we see Maynard, whom we had seen earlier in the first part of Wrong Turn. Dale is tending to his wounds there. Maynard tells Dale about the mutants. He explains that the mutants are the result of inbreeding and the waste from the paper mill. When Maynard realizes that Dale has killed Three Finger, he attacks Dale. He reveals that the mutants were his sons. Dale attaches dynamite to Maynard's back, causing his body to explode into pieces. After that, Dale prepares to kill the remaining mutants. Meanwhile, Jake, Amber, and Johnsy hear someone screaming. They were a brother and sister. The sister was wearing Alina's shoes, so Jake thought they were raping Alina. As they move forward to help, the brother and sister attack them. Somehow, they manage to escape from their grasp. Meanwhile, while running away, Johnsy and Amber fall into a trap. Then, Pao and the brother arrive there. The brother kills both Amber and Johnsy with a single arrow. Mina and Jake reach the paper mill. There, they find the skeleton of a small child in a cupboard, which terrifies Mina. They also see numerous cars belonging to victims, and the number of cars is overwhelming. Their RV is also there, and they hear Michael's voice coming from it. A footage is playing, showing Ma killing Michael. Jake realizes it's a trap, but by then, it's too late. The mutants capture both of them. When Mina opens her eyes, she finds herself tied to a dining table. The brother forcefully shoves food into her mouth. From the conversation, we learn that the factory was their real home. Next, we see Dale. A loud noise alerts the mutants, putting them on high alert. They all start searching for Dale, but Dale had already set traps to kill them. There, Dale uses dynamite to blow up the brother and sister mutants. After that, Dale frees Mina and Jake. Ma and Pao go crazy when they see the torn-up bodies of the brother and sister. Pao shoots several arrows at Dale, but Dale is really tough. He then grabs one of the arrows and stabs Ma in the throat, killing her instantly. Jake heads into the grinder room. The two mutants follow him there and try to push Jake into the grinder. Nina hears Jake screams. This time, instead of running away, Nina steps in to help Jake. She attacks Pao, and Jake manages to shove Pao into the grinder. Mina flips a switch, causing a big tree branch to push the two mutants into the grinder machine. Their bodies get completely shredded. Mina and Jake get into a car and drive off. However, the movie doesn't end here. Three Finger is still alive and is seen feeding the mutant child. This is where the movie ends. And that's the terrifying story of Wrong Turn 2, a brutal, bloody survival horror that takes fear to the next level. From unexpected twists to horrifying deaths, this movie shows why taking a wrong turn can be the worst mistake of your life. What do you think about this sequel? Did it live up to the first movie? Let me know in the comments. If you enjoyed this recap, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more thrilling movie explanations. See you in the next one. Just make sure you don't take a wrong turn.